Hi everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome to an Alliance Wars Showcase video. Now, before we get started, I do want to have a little bit of a small rant about the quality of the content. I don't know why Kabam haven't pulled the content as it is bugged. It's not completely bugged. I mean, the content in general. Provocateur, Secateur, this particular, the nodes and stuff, was one of the worst things that Kabam put in, for me personally, when they decided to put in the Alliance Wars tactic for this. It ruined, like, a season or two for me, and made me so close to kind of just going, look, I need to go Alliance free for a little while. I was, like, so close. And a lot of people that I know, like, what it did to them, it just made them go like, nah, I ain't doing this. I really ain't doing this. But it's really poorly done. From the AI quality, which is still not being addressed, we don't even find out, or we don't even know when Kabam are eventually going to deal with the quality of AI, which is piss poor, by the way. The other side of things is this Bullseye fight is just like laggy. It is so laggy, and trying to play around it is upsetting, really. It's kind of like would upset anybody. And it's like this, Kabam are well aware of the fight being laggy. It's still laggy, and I don't know, I can't remember if I covered it in today's MCN or not. I don't know, because I recorded it yesterday. But if I haven't, then it would be something that I've been tracking this thread, because I've been like, is there going to be an update to it? This is not good quality. This is not fun. This is not fair for the community. It's just like, what is going on with it? Fighting against Bullseye isn't exactly the most pleasant of experiences. I've done it twice, one with Sunspot and one with Iceman, just to get like a variation, because I'm trying to road for this video. It's not just about ranting, it's all about having a bit of a guide to it of champions I used, ones that worked well, which ones didn't, and that's what we're going to do in the video in a moment. But I just thought I'd get it out there to say, like, what are Kabam doing? Like, this needs to be kind of sorted out at the point of entry. We want to see some decent content put in with decent AI, fun fights, because the problem that we see at the moment is fun fights. Like, Kabam do well enough to craft them, but terrible AI. And that is something this year I think Kabam needs to stop being complacent. Well, I'm sure they're dealing with it, but it should be like a higher priority. If you put endgame content in, or content that will not require, but will see the defenders interact with their nodes in a way that seems to be completely ridiculous, like, holding in a stance that's they need to come at you, you're not able to intercept, you then can't break down a protection to get a fury buff. Like, stuff like that can be really frustrating and annoying. So yeah, quality of AI has to improve. Like, you can't have this with endgame content. I'd quite happily go back into Necropolis, and that has some pretty bad AI as it is, but I would prefer going into Necropolis than this at its current state. And I do think Kabam should consider compensation for this, because it's costly to players. It really is, and it's not great. I mean, what has your experience been of it? Put it in the comments. Like, did it cost you more because of the extent of the lag? Were you able to just get through it? I had to change my mastery several times, because I was like, it just was not working to be on recoil masteries for this fight at all. And then, yeah, so that seemed to make it better, because I went through one run with recoil masteries and it just was not working. So I switched them out and then had a better run. However, I still think that, compensation is due for the community for this, because it's just not right. It really isn't. Anyway, ranting and complaining aside, let's get right into some options for some of the champions. First of all, I'm going to talk about the right side, and then we're going to talk about the left side, and then end up with Destroyer. By the way, Luke Cage for Destroyer. Wow. Okay, that made my day better, because I was having a pretty miserable day. This content made me just forget a lot of stuff that when it comes to rotations of champions. Also, FYI, Ironheart, Count Nefaria, great champions to have. Do I have them? No. Would it have been good to have them? Yes, it would have been. Okay, so when you're going through White Tiger, that is just, again, a very easy thing to take on. Silk, again, Silk. Why is it all the time that when Kabam put this stuff out, it's like, Silk. Have you got Silk? No. You need Silk. Silk's good. You should have had Silk if you got it for free as part of, I think she was given out as a 6-star at one stage. But yeah, you need Silk against White Tiger, because, it's a very effective rotation and option. Deathless She-Hulk, if you got her, can help out a lot with the right-hand side. Not all fights. Some are good, some are bad. Could have Luke Cage on your team early to help you through the early stages of that fight. Counter Fairy, of course. Void can do that fight. Sandman, America Chavez, a bit iffy, really, but I would say any of the strong sciences, of course, are going to be helpful to you. Now, I opted with Silk to Dust, keep her to an SP1, should be fine. And your evade will trigger in as part of Silk's kit for the whenever hit by the SP2. Of course, Dust coming towards you. I decided SP3 rotation for this, but I did change my mind, I think, on the second run. Or no, I think I did SP3 rotations on my second run. It's hard to think because I'm trying to like calm down from boiling up of anger of the extent of this, and I'm just gonna like go and do something else in a minute. I'll probably Marvel Rivals. At least I know that game goes out without any kind of like bugs, hitches, problems, and seems to be fair and fun in some respects. But anyway, all moaning and complaining aside, for Dust, you could use Ironheart. I wish I had Ironheart. I think I even tried Lady Deathstrike. She was okay, but I think that Ironheart, unfortunately, is one of the better ones. Deathless She-Hulk sort of works against this, but I think Silk is, unfortunately and fortunately, the go-to goat for this and this interaction. More on your right side, you've got Man-Thing, so you've got Drip-Freed Placebo, so hey, get a buff on you. That's going to cause a problem. And roll with the punches and shatter. Each time the attacker is in effect nullified, they receive a burst of direct damage, so you're going to receive a bit of damage your way. It might be good to have buff immune options. So Counter Faria could be quite good. I've seen people use a Mega Sentinel. That's ballsy. Cassie Lang, Spider-Man 2099, I think Red Guardian, Silk does this. Of course Silk would. Silk all your way, baby, right to the very end. So yeah, use that. Now, because Havoc does his fantastic special burst lockdown, that ain't great, isn't it? When the defender activates a special attack, they get heal block and an armor break on them. Options, okay. Let's go with Red Skull. Red Skull is a solid option. Lady Deathstrike, I tried. I don't recommend it. I was trying to think about one of the best alternatives. Probably my fault, and I should have used Red Skull or Omega Sentinel for this. So, yeah. Let me be the guinea pig to kind of say, no, use, by the way. Yeah, use the champions that are better. So I'm actually going to Lady Deathstrike does work, but I would say, and this is why I'm now changing the spreadsheet kind of like mid-throw to go, okay, well, your better options will probably champions that you know, would be better for this, and maybe even like Ironheart is better for this as well. Yeah. I'm probably going to go with one of the reasons that kind of didn't, like, my first run was a bit of a duff run, but the AI, man, there's something wrong with the AI. It's just not great. Anyway, I'll take it on the chin. I'll have a better day tomorrow, hopefully, with playing back into Necropolis for some more stuff. And yeah, so we've got good advice boost. We've got inevitable power, power efficiency, make a stand, one eye open, overwhelming odds. For this, I would recommend using either Shuri. Probably could use like a Mega Sentinel and Red Skull, which were mentioned earlier, as part of like a double whammy to like take on that particular like annoying bugger that he is. SP1 rotation if you can keep it there, unless you're good at with the SP2 to kind of evade back from that one. But it's a very fine art, I must admit. If you get it wrong, I'd recommend fighting up against North Star, you know, just to kind of like get yourself familiar with how he like throws that SP2, which is very beamy, I would say. And at this particular point when fighting Man-Thing, if you make a mistake, it is really handy to have that special 3 boost, the one that, second day actually in a row we're talking about, this one right here, greater special 3 defense boost. It will allow you to mitigate any kind of SP3 damage that's coming towards you if you mess up. And it is possible because you could be hit by an SP3 and go, damn. The champion has enhanced power gain 2, so they're going to be building power. SP1 rotations are going to get into unstoppable and unblockable really quickly, which of course is frustrating. Suppression of that, a tricky one. This is where the likes of Counter Fairy come in very handy. Silk comes in very handy as well from, you know, just dealing with this champion, just smashing them down early. But also with, I think Cassie Lang does this fight very well, and Deathless She-Hulk. I think I tried it and I was like, nah, Silk was better. I don't know, it's just personal opinion, really. I just felt that Silk was better than Death of She-Hulk. It's just, again, another annoying time that you just go, what's the best options? Silk. And it's just like, it's on repeat every time, which is good. Honestly, it's good for it. It's just weird that there's not other champions you can go. And there are others, but what I'm saying is the most effective one in this case is Silk. Now with Bullseye, all I want to say is good luck. Because of the extent of Stunning Reflection, Poison, Incinerate, and Brute Force, Brute Force, of course, you need to be busy, otherwise you're going to get degened into oblivion. Of course, the fight is going to lag, because that's another thing you need to consider with that. And with Stunning Reflection, Poison, Incinerate, at the start of the fight, the defender receives a permanent stun shield. Don't parry, by the way, because you'll be absolutely destroyed. It's got here, defender is inflicted with either a poison or incinerate while cooldown is active. The attacker gains, so you'll need to have like a poison champion or incinerate champion. Unfortunately, incinerate champions seem to be the way to go with this one. Iceman I liked more than using Sunspot. I found that there was some well, it was the lag, really. I could have and I should have used my Negasonic Teenage Warhead, right? Using her would have been a better option overall. Problem I've got at the moment is ranking up champions. I am low on resources and ranking up. I had to rank up Luke Cage, which I didn't want to do, but I had to do because it made this more doable. I had to rank up a couple of other champions, including Sunspot, to try that. I should have done Negasonic Teenage Warhead, but I'm low on resources, and this is something that's just becoming a bit annoying with the Karina's challenges. And don't get me started, that's going to be another rant in itself. Anyway, over to the left-hand side, good champions to go against Agent Venom. Most really, SP2 rotations are probably the most easiest because the SP1 is darn annoying. As part of Never Back Down, you need to be careful about how you dash back and what you do to regen the enemy. Made a few mistakes on that. It's not overly bad as long as you can get your intercepts games in. Any champion really will do. Any really strong mutant champions work effectively. Onslaught, Mr. Sinister, Weapon X, you name it, are probably going to be well versed for taking on that. Especially ones that fall into the Glorious Games options champions, but there could be some other ones that are within there that could be relatively helpful. I've actually put in the link in the description on this here some options to take in if you so choose to use them, ranging of course in different champions. Some of them are within the meta of stuff, some are not. Oh, sorry, some are of one side, some are the other side. Defense and attack sector provocateur, right? Yeah. There's even a weird one when it comes to America Chavez. America Chavez is not listed as a provocateur, but she is. Don't get me started on that. That's another Kabam-based bug. Kind of had enough when it comes to Kabam and bugs at this moment in time. It's not been a good week, 2 weeks for them, to be truthful. Where Maestro is concerned, man, you can just use any of the top class Mystic Smackers. You could use Kashala, America Chavez. America Chavez I used, and I thought she was a lot of fun. And doing this fight is very easy with that champion. Mr. Sinister can work. I've even heard that some people have used Luke Cage. Kashala, yeah, works effectively. I think Lagsy used Symbiote Supreme. I think that was the case. So I've dropped that in the kind of options and counters and options spreadsheet in the link in the description if you do want to check that out. And yeah, don't look at that Maestro fight as kind of like it's overly complicated. Look at it as a point of like smacking down the fact that they've got buffs, so punish buffs. Champions that punish buffs are normally the best, kind of like more effective options here to break out. So when it came to Atuma, I think I made a mistake on a few rotations. Whether or not, and I had somebody recommended to use Absman against this, but I ended up using Onslaught, and that seems to be fine. But you just got to get like your rotations down, and that's one thing. This event just like it ruined me really. It made me quite just ruined me. If I'm being honest, with just quality of AI, not being able to get my rotations down the way I want. So it is what it is with that fight. If we're going into an SP1 rotations, yes, okay, any kind of like very non-energy based champions to get it done. I think it's ultimately fine. It's just a case of get your rotations down and use decent mutants. Maybe a mutant that can do Agent Venom and do what is it called, fight, the Atuma fight at the same time. I'm going to cap this off now with the Ebb and Flow Intercept with Annihilus. For the love of anything holy, Intercept. And yeah, any kind of like strong Mystic based champions. The Mystic champion you might have brought for Maestro will probably be well versed and used for the Annihilus fight, like America Chavez, etc. Watch out for Unstoppable. Maybe focus on Intercept game if things aren't working. If you want to do like parries, that warning, that is not maybe the best way to kind of go with it. I'm not a fan of Annihilus. It is one of the champions I just cannot stand, but there's a lot of champions I cannot stand. You just got to get through it, baby. The final boss options: Death of She-Hulk, Luke Cage, Count Nefaria, Void, Spider-Ham. Yeah, Spider-Ham a bit iffy on that one, and that Luke Cage is the best. I did a one-shot with this. I didn't rotate well, and that's why I'm going to like end this for this video, and I'll probably pull, not the full video, maybe I'll speed it up or something. It was a saving grace that actually was the thing that made me, you know, I said to myself, like, look, you've had a terrible run. Don't let this game get the best of you. Just finish off this fight and do well. And I got a one-shot. It was a bloody awful rotation and stuff, and I was making mistakes with that, but hey, look, one shot's a one shot, and I shouldn't really, and I think as well, like my kind of like top tip to anybody is, don't let this game beat you down. Don't let your performance, you know, beat you down. If you have one bad day, the next day you'll probably have a better day when it comes to playing in game. Also, the quality of AI needs to improve in this game, so just try not to let it just drag you down. And have a bit of confidence and backbone that you're better tomorrow with this game. Anyway, Champion's got immunity stun, so you won't be able to get your parries in. Power start, so of course Champion's going to build power. Yes, you will need a champion that is part of interacting with Provocateur, so you need a Sacateur-based champion. And then you'll need to keep your debuffs up. There is adaptive, so that's not ridiculous to watch out for. You've just got to be very careful on the extent of building your debuffs, getting a good rotation down, and whenever you can, throwing in a heavy attack, depending on the champion. That's not the case for all champions that I've recommended, but you have to use what you've got. And put boosts on, for the love of all things holy as well. Good luck to everybody doing this, and Kabam, please do better with this particular content, and hopefully that is the case it's learned. I hated this meta, could not stand it. Hopefully the next Alliance Wars showcase is better. I'm going to be focusing my attention on some of the other quests, the other two companion things to this, which in some cases may be a good thing to do first. What I'm talking about is the Glorious Games Tech and Science one, because there's resources within there, and maybe that would have saved me time on resource if I did the Science and the Tech ones, because you do get some gems from it. So there could have been some value there to say rank 5 my Silk, and that would have saved me resources. However, I need those resources, Science and Tech, for a Karina's Challenge thing later on. So they're all playing a part in some cases, so it's not all bad. Anyway, that has been the video. Thank you very much for watching. Check out some other content which will be located on the screen, and I'll see you all in the next video. Tatty byes for now.